Snow falls slow on frozen sidewalks. Streetlights blur behind the glass. Winter hums in empty corners, echoes of a crowded past. Coats hang heavy on the doorway. Breath turns wide inside the room. A piano keeps remembering how the night used to bloom. There's a fire in the winter nights, buried under frozen time. Strong emotions, amber lights, moments tasting like cold wine. We were loud, we were alive in those bars where hearts collided. Now the cold has learned my name, and solitude is undecided. Wooden bars and fogged up windows, glasses ringing, voices low. Every laugh felt everlasting, like we'd never let it go. Smoke would rise above the tables, jazz would hold us in its hands. Every night felt infinite. We never followed any plans. There was fire in those winter nights, in the warmth of shared mistakes. Every song cut deep inside, every memory still shakes. Now the stools are mostly empty. Same old bar, but not the same. Every song feels unfinished. Every face avoids my name. Snow keeps falling without asking. Time moves slow, then slips away. Loneliness now pours the drinks and stays with me till break of day. Cold hands, warm regrets, old songs I won't forget. If joy ever comes back around, it'll recognize this sound. Winter roams the streets tonight, but I still hear echoes roar. If the song forgets to end, let it freeze here on the floor. Morning snow on empty tables. Last night's glasses still are full. The bar smells like old stories, and something beautiful we lost. Winter hums inside the silence. Chair, remember how we danced. Every corner keeps a heartbeat from a night we left by chance. We were fire in the coldest nights, laughing louder than the storm. Strong emotions, fragile lights, trying hard to stay warm. Now the music plays much slower, like it knows what time has done. Those incredible moments linger, but the crowd is almost gone. Snow keeps falling without rhythm, just like names I don't recall. Every face feels unfamiliar, every voice hits like a wall. Bartender wipes the same old counter, same old joke, a softer tone. Every song feels like a question, asked and answered all alone. We were fire in the winter air, in the warmth of crowded bars. Now the night feels thin and bare, and the silence hits much harder. Footprints fade behind the window, someone leaves without a word. Loneliness now pulls up a chair, like it's always been reserved. Old feelings knock but don't stay long, they just hum and drift away. Every chord bends into memory, every note knows what to say. Cold streets, warm regrets, good nights I won't Snow keeps falling on the same street, but nothing feels the way it did. The bar opens, lights are softer, like they're tired of what they hit. The slow piano warms the silence, cold drip water on the floor. Every sound feels accidental, like we've been here before. Winter's day, the fire's gone, but the music still remains. Strong emotions turn to echoes, drifting slowly through the pain. Those incredible nights still breathe in the corners of my mind, but solitude now pours the drinks and takes its time. Old songs play but sound different, like they've learned to age with me. Every note feels more transparent, every joy less easy to see. Faces blur into the shadows, names dissolve into the cold. What once felt untouchable now feels carefully controlled. Winter stayed, the crowd moved on, only memories hold the light. Every bar still tells the story of a different kind of night. Snow piles up along the windows, time slows down between the bars. Loneliness no longer whispers, now it speaks like it's in charge. But inside the quiet moments, there's a strength I didn't plan. Learning how to sit with silence like an honest, patient friend. Cold hands, steady breath, less desire, deeper depth. If the noise don't come back soon, I'll survive this quiet tune. Winter haunts me in its tone, but I'm not afraid anymore. If this song forgets to end, let it rest here on the floor. Frost writes lines on the front window, like a letter I won't send. The street outside feels endless, and the night refuses to bend. The trumpet cries without asking where the warmth has gone to hide. Every note feels heavier. Now there's no one by my side. Winter talks in broken tones through the clink of empty glass. What we were still lingers here, but it's learning how to pass. Strong feelings frozen deep under layers of control. The bar stays warm, the heart stays quiet, trying not to lose its soul. Bar stools creak like old confessions. Wood remembers every name. The walls have heard 1,000 stories, none of them ever the same. Time drips slow from melting ice inside a half-forgotten dream. Every silence feels deliberate, like the pause before we think. Winter talks but softer now, like it's learned to slow its hand. Every night feels less dramatic, but harder to understand. learning how to sit with absence without wishing I forget. Loneliness no longer scares me, it just hums in minor keys, like the low end of a piano, playing honest, playing free. No noise, no rush, no disguise, just breath and time, learning to align. If joy returns another way, I'll recognize it by the sound it makes. Winter still owns every street, but I'm warmer than before. If this song keeps breathing slow, let it stay. I don't need more. Snow settles soft on clothes, umbrellas. The night breeze slow, almost kind. Street lights flicker like old memories that no longer ask my mind. The bar feels smaller than before, but warmer in a quiet way. Every sound is more intentional. Every moment chooses to stay. Winter no longer feels like a fight. It's just a tone beneath the song. Strong emotions found their place where silence quietly belongs. What we lost still shape these walls. What we live still plays inside. But solitude now keeps the rhythm and walks with me, not by my side. falling clean, wiping streets I used to know. Inside I let the moment stand without asking it to grow. There's beauty in unfinished things, in songs that don't explain. Not every silence needs a cure.